Imagine you are walking through a deep forest, surrounded by thick darkness. Suddenly, you see a faint light in the distance. You move closer and realize it is an old man sitting by a small fire. He looks at you with kind eyes and asks, "What are you looking for?" You softly reply, "I want to find happiness." But why does this journey feel so dark? The story, Ethan and the Journey to Find Happiness. In a peaceful village, nestled between majestic mountains, lived a young man named Ethan. Everyone loved him for his kindness and generosity. He helped others, bringing joy to those around him, yet he always carried an unnamed sorrow within. Why was happiness so fleeting? Why did this emptiness inside him never go away? One day, a wise sage passed through the village. People said he had helped many find purpose in life. Hearing this, Ethan hurried to meet him and asked, "Master, I do good deeds, I help others, but I still feel sad. Why does happiness never stay with me?" The sage smiled, nodded, and led Ethan up a hill. There, in the middle of a vast field, stood a mighty tree. "Do you see this tree?" the sage asked. "It is tall, providing shade, but do you think it has never faced storms?" Ethan looked up, suddenly realizing, of course, it must have endured countless storms, strong winds, and heavy rains. The sage nodded. "But why does it still stand strong?" "Because it has deep roots." Likewise, you cannot expect happiness to always shine brightly. Sometimes the clouds cover the sun, but you must keep growing. Plant your roots deep with wisdom and a resilient soul, the sage continued. "Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a prince named Liam who lived in a magnificent palace. He had everything: wealth, power, luxury. Yet he often felt an unexplainable emptiness inside. One evening, a mysterious traveler arrived at the palace, carrying an old wooden box. He said, "Inside this box lies the answer to your sorrow. But remember, if you open it, you must follow the instructions exactly." Liam opened the box and found a simple candle inside. "Light this candle in the darkest room of your palace." The prince did as instructed. As the candle flickered to life, the room filled with a golden glow. But then something strange happened. Shadows in the room began to move, twisting and forming eerie shapes. Liam felt uneasy, ready to blow out the candle, but then he noticed something. A tiny, steady light remained constant amidst the shifting shadows. The next morning, Liam rushed to the traveler and asked, "What were those shadows? And what was that small light?" The traveler smiled and said, "The shadows were your fears, doubts, and sadness. They grow when you focus on them. But did you see that small light? That is your inner strength. No matter how large the shadows seem, if you focus on that small light, darkness will never consume you." Ethan listened carefully and asked, "Then how can I become the light? How can I erase sadness?" The sage replied, "You do not need to erase sadness. You must learn to understand it." Then he taught Ethan 3 important lessons. Face your fears. Sadness grows when you run from it. Face it, understand it, and it will lose its power over you. Find your inner light. No matter how dark your thoughts become, remember that you have strength within. Focus on what makes you strong. Do not let darkness define you. Bad times will come and go, but you are more than your struggles. Keep your light alive by staying hopeful and resilient. From that day on, Ethan no longer feared when sadness visited him. He learned to practice gratitude, to help others without expecting happiness in return. Slowly, his heart became lighter, and his mind became stronger. Inspirational message. Darkness will always exist, but you have the power to be the light. What do you choose today? To be swallowed by darkness or to shine your own light?